Hello everybody, it's Umi Genevieve, laced in space constellations on LSD. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here with me. You could have been anywhere else and you decided to step in with me and have a little chat, right? Thank you. Welcome. Yay. Before we start, it's the prayer service. Thank you for everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's been doing sessions with me. You guys really helped me put a lot into practice and let me see a lot of bigger perspectives with the energy. So thank you for that. Thank you for showing love. Thank you for the feedback, let it be positive, negative, or in between. You already know experience is the greatest teacher, and it's best for us to always keep an open mind, Jupiterian, Sagittarius energy, so we could go on more adventures, more travels, and get a better understanding of this life and a grasp on it, right? Whoa. So what's up? So I wanted to talk about a few things today. I wanted to talk about past life because that's a phenomenon right now. People are very in tune with their past life energy and they really want to get into that. And then I also wanted to talk about Pluto and Sagittarius generation. Why? Because I feel like they are the phenomenon of going to be Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, things of that sort. Guap coin, shout out to Guap, you already know. Trading, stock, and all of that. I feel like this generation is very big on this, and they're taking education and the fact of knowledge to another perspective. I love that generation. It's so inspiring to me. I'm a millennial. I'm 91, so you already know, 95 and up. These kids are just, these kids are huge, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's jump into past life right quick. So I wanted to give 5 examples of what you can look into your chart if you're trying to figure out past life. You can look at your North Node, South Node energy, 12th house, Draconic energy, and your Saturn. These are things that can help you figure out exactly. And if you want to look into houses too, 10th and 4th house can really help you understand. And then with these houses, 12th house Pisces, and our whole Saturn energy, 10th house, 4th house, that whole energy with that going on. So those are houses that can, energies that can help you figure out your past life. Let's break them down real quick, right? So we have North Node energy. Your North Node energy is your life path for this lifetime, meaning it's the direction that you need to go into. It's also a generational energy because it runs a couple months. It runs through a few birthdays. So because like a yearly thing, right? So 18 months. So because of that energy being an 18-month transit, it's a few birthdays going through the year, like a year and a half. So it's a generational thing. So within that year, you guys have a purpose to fulfill within this circle of life, 12 months, right? 12 months and a year, right? So you have a fulfilling you have a purpose to fulfill within this lifetime, and your North Node is going to show you what direction you should be working into. Now, certain North Nodes, depending what sign it's in, depending what house it's in, it's going to show you how you add to the collective of your generation, of your year, 18-month span. Now, your South Node energy is going to show you the opposite of that. It's going to show you what you're coming from a past life of doing, what you've come from like you really are too comfortable in, and you now need to balance out with this lifetime's energy. This is why the South Node and the North Node is very important when you look into a Draconic chart. Draconic chart is another thing. It's the soul of the soul's chart. So, meaning it's the soul doesn't die, it just multiplies. So whatever your chart is generated into this lifetime is just showing you what the soul wants for this particular lifetime. And if you jump into your Draconic chart, you can see exactly what the soul's trying to initiate through the energies given to you through this lifetime. It's really your map, what your natal chart is, and the Draconic chart can show you the driving force behind that. So in the Draconic chart, to show you that it's like so deep on what it wants to fulfill, it takes the North Node and it puts it in the sign of Aries. Remember what we said about Aries? Aries is an action-oriented energy. So it puts the North Node, literally the life path, into action immediately. That's why Aries North Nodes in this lifetime, you have a lot of pressure. You have a lot of pressure because you gotta fulfill this shit. And you will fulfill this shit. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, in the Draconic chart, that's how you will see the energy. It's put into Aries. So now it's put into that whole aspect of I'm putting my whole life path into action now. Now, when you look at the 12th house is very important because it's our shadow work. Remember what the 12th house access? It's access the 6th house. of what we need to work on and what we need to put into body consciousness so we can be productive, sufficient, and find a sense of purpose. So when you look into your 12th house, you go into other realms. Also, since the first house is immediately how you come out, it's the first thing people see, right? It's your ascendant. So the 12th house is basically that fetus house. So what mommy and daddy was going through, you heard the arguments, you heard the passive aggressive, you felt the regressed emotions, right? So in the 12th house, that's basically where you go in to really be like, oh shit, I didn't know I act like that. Oh shit, I didn't know I hide things like this. Oh shit, I didn't know I suffer in that. It's basically the part of ourselves where we don't see our shadow. We kind of have to go into there when we go into 12 house places, hospitals, prisons, insane asylums, third world countries, where we kind of see suffering and a lack of 6th house, a lack of self-sufficiency, that we now are like, oh shit, I need to figure out how to get my shit mentally strong. You understand what I mean? So jumping into there will show you kind of a lot of the things that you've regressed and a lot of the things that are coming from other realms. And as you dive deep in there, you can see also what you came back to from a past life, like what you kind of suffered in this house. It's a very deep house. Pisces energy, 12th house energy, Neptune energy is very huge. It can bring a lot of healing. It's a healing house because when people do go to isolated places, prisons, hospitals, insane asylums, third world countries, they realize, like, they kind of talk to Jupiterian God, because it's like, yo, how did I end up here? What made me come here for me to now feel this kind of immense sense of suffering, where I want to kind of escapism, Pisces energy, let go, surrender to it. So that can help a lot. Now, Saturn is one of those energies that are kind of like discipline, what you need to be disciplined in this lifetime. But you could dive into it deeper to kind of understand, past life, because you're like, okay, this is something I naturally struggle in. So in a past life, I kind of had issues here. I have a 6th house Saturn. So I already know I had issues with jobs, and baby, I've had a lot of, oh my God. When I tell you, I've been in every type of job thing that you can think of, sort of. You know what I'm saying? So that whole energy, wherever Saturn sits, is where you lack kind of a sense of discipline. And this lifetime's like beating your ass in there. It's like, yo, dog, you need to figure this out, and you need to get this, you need to nip this in the bud. So Saturn can help you figure out, a lot of things when it comes to what I suffer and what I kind of like don't always consistently balance myself in. So these are very good, dope planets. Dope aspects, dope energies that you could jump into to help you find a better sense of who you were in a past life and what you kind of need to let go, balance out, and kind of figure out in the middle of how to get to the next step and fulfill the Draconics experience. Like, get into your Draconic charts, guys. It's very dope. I'm an Aqua Sun Leo Moon, and that was pretty dope to me because, I love Aquarius and Leo energy. Plus, it's my rising and my descendant. So it kind of gives you a sense, this lifetime wants you to get into those kind of energies, houses. So when you dive into your Draconic chart, you see what the soul desires. You see what the whole motive, Aries, North Node, wants. And that whole energy. Right. So yes, thanks for y'all still here with me. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you. All right, so I wanted to talk about Pluto in Sagittarius. Pluto in Sagittarius, November 1995, this energy started, and it stayed till 2008. Pluto in Sagittarius, let's break the energy down. What is Pluto? Pluto rules Scorpio. It's exalted by Virgo. So it's all about, transformation. It's all about anew. It's all about, really rags to riches. Basically taking a new form, Scorpio, Eagle, Phoenix. So that whole energy. So now when you put it in Sag, the conversationalist, the adventurer, the world connoisseur, that overall, the scholar, the teacher, the student, that whole energy, the big perspectives, huge beliefs, the grand scheme of things, right? When you put that energy now in Pluto, it now is turning conversation into some deeper shit. It's turning lifestyle into some deeper shit. It's turning a lot of things more into the grand scheme of things. How do we bring a sense of abundance, longevity, and also a bigger, wider understanding of Pluto, right? Right. So Pluto's everything 8th house. Everything 8th house. Everything that is sexual. everything that is money, everything that is, more of our hidden sense of emotions, our hidden sense of our shadow. Like, it's part of the shadow work, 4, 8, 12. So it's part of the water house. But Pluto takes you into the sense now an emotional intelligence. I get myself, I get my feelings, and I understand that I'm not always going to be thinking positively. You know what I'm saying? There's things that I'm going to go through that's going to involve me to be very Plutonian. Be gone, let go, fuck off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you put that energy now in Sag, it's opening all dynamics of education, all dynamics of understanding. I see this generation being bigger, better, greater. They want to take more so the things that we're overly obsessed with and give it a bigger understanding. This is the generation of what? This is the generation of fuck school. Like, a lot of them are like, openly, like millennials did that too, but we're like low-key ashamed, Pluto and Scorpio, low-key ashamed that we're not going about the same means, the same way, but Pluto and Scorpio. We can't afford the amount of debt that's coming from doing it the old school way. We don't have the old school funds. You know what I'm saying? So Pluto and Sag is like, yo, we need to think outside of the box, and we need to work with the experience that we're given. So a lot of them are like, fuck school, big energy on trade school, big time of really opening up the dynamics of trying to get a career outside of the educational system. Kind of figuring out how you get the money right now so I can do what I need to do right now. Fire energy, right? Also, this is the big energy of travel. I like to think about the class that just graduated from college, and just a few classes behind that, being in the Pluto and Sagittarius generation. They're really like, they went out there during quarantine. They're like, fuck that. These flights is $50, $20. I'm taking my ass right to wherever, Miami, and I'm doing what I gotta do. And that's that whole energy of Pluto and Sag. Really knowing that I'm gonna put my buck with my risk. I'm gonna show, like, I'm gonna live this life to the fullest. I'm gonna open up those dynamics. Also, a big thing about this generation also is that, yes, even if they do dive into those energies of school, they're still taking their forms. This is a big entrepreneurial energy. This is a big, it was during the time when Obama, became president. So it's kind of like, oh shit, it's opening up the dynamics of education. It's opening up the dynamics of just more what kind of lifestyles I can live. Like, how can we open up the perspectives? Let's do things a little different. Gemini North Node, Gemini opposing energy, since Sag is opposite of Gemini. Let's not always look for the reciprocation. Let's do things a little bit different, with our money, with our resources. Another big thing about this energy is these kids are like 95 and beyond. After that, they're fucking up the Forex shit. Like, we doing okay, millennials, but these kids is learning how to immediately, because they have both. They have the experience of the internet, experience of, they're more, Pluto and Sagittarius. Even the people who birthed them are much more. We're going to even look at Pluto. We're going to look at Pluto in Libra, Pluto in Virgo. So Pluto and Libra, Pluto and Virgo raise these kids. So, it's already like, we want to be Pluto and Libra, Pluto and Virgo, more understanding. We want to put our resources to be more helpful towards this energy. We're birthing our kids. We might be a little bit, more open to the standards of these children. These children are big, gender fluid generation, big, more so like they're really transforming the ideas of conversation. And then Pluto and Libra generation, who birthed them also. So it's that whole energy now, Pluto and Libra. These are a lot of, remember, Pluto and Libra, single parent homes, because it's like mom can make money, dad can make money, where we don't necessarily have to work with the dynamics of our ancestors, because we both are finding resources with our own set of positionings. Like, Libra's all about, my first house, seventh house. It opposes Aries, and Aries is all about a sense of identity that exalts the sun. So Libra's really finding out what social networks, what social contacts are the most valuable to their sense of identity. So with that whole Pluto and Libra, a lot of parents, that was the age of, that was when divorce was started. That's when divorce was, you know, an okay thing, you know, because parents can now make their own money without each other, without the dynamics of being codependent, Libra. So it's making Pluto and Sagittarius kids who are like, yo, we have a different understanding of debt. Like we can take the risk because we didn't have that much, like, you know, generation, Pluto and Scorpio, where it's kind of like, you know, we're still in the needs of opposing Taurus. So we're still setting in some values that I know are mad taxing to us. We're like, yo, we can't even live like this anymore, but we can't afford it. But Pluto and Sag is on some other shit. So I see them really fucking up trading. Like